Welcome to my sewing studio. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope what is going to be a fun video for you today. I have noticed that smocking is just everywhere right now in children's clothing. And so today I have four ready to wear garments to show you, and then I'm going to give you pattern recommendations and explain how you can recreate that look yourself. I am Lisa, the owner and designer behind Pink Holly Bush Patterns, a line of children's sewing patterns, most of which are designed for knits, and most of which contain an option to include smocking. Now, I haven't been on YouTube here for the last few weeks, and part of that is because I've been trying to finish the latest Pink Holly Bush pattern. So before we delve into my garments and pattern recommendations, let me just give you a sneak peek of that pattern. So it is called the Summertime Knit Romper. And here it is. You'll see this is the smocked version. It has just these little sections of smocking. And it's got little boy short bottoms. This will come in sizes newborn to 3, and it will be out in the next week or 2. So that is the smocked version, but of course you don't have to smock it. Here is the little well, it's not gathered. It has little pleats right here, 2 little pleats on either side. And this one I don't even have the snaps on yet, but yes, but that is the very quick and easy pleated version. It also has, this is the puff sleeve that's finished with elastic at the bottom, but it also will have an option for a tailor sleeve for a little boy if you want something a little bit less feminine. So if you are not signed up for my newsletter, there is a link for that below. Please sign up, and then you will get notice as soon as that pattern is out. But this is beginning of August right now, and I am hoping that definitely by the 15th, this pattern will be out there for you. Okay, with that, let's talk about ready to wear options and smocking. So the first thing I have for you is this cute little sundress, and I believe I found this at Carter's online. And if you're wondering how you could make this simple little sundress, well, the pattern recommendation that I have for you is Katina for Children's Corner. And there's no modifications needed. Katina is this little sundress. So you can just grab your Katina pattern. This is made from a little seersucker, and you can recreate this pattern for the child in your life. Okay, second recommendation, and that is this fun little skirt. And I think this would be a perfect thing. We're not that far. I know, especially for my friends in the South, children might already be going back to school, but this is a great little back to school pattern. This also is from Carter's, and you'll see that this is shirring. That is how it was gathered now around that waist. So the pattern recommendation that I have for this is Trolley Skirt by Pink Holly Bush. You can make the trolley skirt pattern in a knit or a woven. You can do the smocking if you'd like. You can also just simply gather it, but it has an elastic back to it. You pull on and go. It even has pockets, so you can recreate this look, and I think actually even get a little bit more professional look by not using the shirring and using the smocking. So I think that would be a great option for a fun back to school skirt. All right. The next thing I have is this really cute dress from Bowden. And of course, it's using that great fruit print again, which are so in right now. But so how would you do this dress? Well, this dress is Mary D from Children's Corner. Now you'll notice that the Mary D doesn't have the cute little flutter sleeve that the Bowden dress does. Well, the way to handle that, no problem, is I actually have a free pattern piece that is this exact thing that you need to put that fun little flutter sleeve in. I will put the link to it below. I designed the pattern piece when last summer when I did the You Can Sew Princess Charlotte's dress. I will put a link to that video as well if you're interested. It was the dress that Princess Charlotte wore to Wimbledon, and I explain in that video exactly how to recreate the dress and gave away the free flutter sleeve that you needed to do it. So all that will be linked below, but you can grab that flutter sleeve, put it on the Mary D pattern, and create this cute dress that'll look just like the Bowden dress. Okay. Dress number 4, or well, they haven't all been dresses, but the fourth ready to wear garment I have for you is also from Bowden, and this is just this really pretty smocked from the shoulder dress. So how would you recreate this? Well, I would use the July Flowers pattern from Pink Holly Bush, and need to do a few little changes, but I'm going to explain that right now. It's not hard. So what I would do is, as you can see, the July Flowers dress has a waistline seam and it's smocked below the waist, and the inspiration dress is a smocked from the shoulder. So don't cut out the skirt or the front bodice of the July Flowers dress. Instead, you're going to cut one rectangle of fabric. The width of that rectangle is going to be the width of the skirt piece from the July Flowers dress. So whatever size you're making, right, you would use the width of that skirt piece that that is provided in the pattern. And then the height of that rectangle is going to be the height of the skirt piece plus the height of the bodice piece. So you're going to add those two together, and then I'd give yourself an extra inch or two just as insurance. You don't need the extra inch or two in the width, okay, because you're smocking to an exact width. It's an exact ratio 3:1. But we're going to be cutting this in a minute, and so having a little extra in the length to the height is a little security. Okay, so you have one rectangle of fabric, the width of the skirt, the height of the skirt plus the bodice plus a little extra. You're going to pleat how many ever rows that you need to cover that entire bodice area. So you would take your bodice piece, even though you haven't cut it out, you're going to take your bodice piece and you put that on your pleater and see how many rows do I need to cover the entire height of that bodice piece. And of course, that is going to vary depending on what size you're making. So if you're making one of the smaller sizes, a lot less rows than if you're making the size 12, right? So you have to, I can't give you an exact there. You'd have to hold that bodice piece up to your pleater and see how many rows. So you're going to pleat that number of rows, right? You're going to tie off to the width of that bodice, and then you're going to smock it. And the smocking design here is very simple. It's just cable stitches. It's bands of cable stitches that are mirror imaged, so you can recreate that very simply. Once you've done that, you're going to use this video that I already have right here on YouTube on how to do a from the shoulder dress. And I did that for my granddaughter, and I show you exactly how you put the bodice piece on there, you trace it off, how you then reinforce it, and you cut out the bodice top from that rectangle. From there, you're just going to follow the pattern and construct the dress as the pattern explains. And the wonderful thing about using the July flowers pattern is there is an entire course here on YouTube showing you step by step how I sew that pattern. Out several hours of video showing you every step along the way. I will link to that playlist and you can look at exactly how it's constructed. So you would still use the lining pieces to finish the armholes and finish it the exact same way. The only difference is for that front lining piece, rather than hand stitching it down to the waistband when you're finished, to the waist seam, you would just stitch it to that bottom row of smocking, right? So you'd hand stitch it to the back of the pleats, covering up that bottom row of smocking. Now, I'm recommending the July flowers pattern rather than going and looking for a from the shoulder pattern already, because this dress is sleeveless. Okay, and a from the shoulder dress that has sleeves is going to be sized different than something that is sleeveless. So the July flowers has the right sizing. The armholes come up far enough. It hugs the body enough to be a pretty sleeveless garment. And it will finish that whole the sleeveless area for you beautifully, because that's how the dress was designed. If you are interested in smocking, I have a whole video here on YouTube on how to get started. I also have a free email series that goes into even more depth, and I will link to both of those below. If you are interested in smocking, please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know as soon as a new video goes up. I do try to have a new video here every Tuesday. We don't always make it, depending on what else is going on with the business, but thank you for your support and happy smocking.